Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the February 1st, the magical, magnificent, marvelous Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstances that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we'll go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. You can always send me an email. That's steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, in our Tiger's Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on a magical, magnificent, marvelous Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, all the indices trading to the upside. Dow 238 points, 0.8%. The S&P 1 7/10%, 1.6, 60 points. The Nasdaq 2 6/10%, 343 points out there. Gold's up $15. Silver's up $2.40. Light sweet crude is up about $1. Natural gas 10 cents. Everything is moving and grooving to the upside. The groovers are Amazon up $112. Mercado Libre 114. Google up 77. Novavax up 43. Booking Holdings up 42. The Shakers, GameStop off $79. Koss Corporation down 27. National Beverage off 26, Moderna off 16. So we've got plenty to look at. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. And let's just start by taking a look at, on Friday, when we were together, one of the things I suggested that you observe come the close was the advanced decline oscillator for the New York Stock Exchange. So let's step in and take a look at that. Why was that important? Well, one of the things that you had noticed out there was we're seeing price move to a lower low. This is on Friday inside the New York Stock Exchange. We're looking at the upper panel chart. While at the same time, the advanced decline oscillator, that's the bottom, that's the difference between the 19 and 39 period exponential moving average of the advanced decline line. I know that's a mouthful, but it is what it is. But here's what it is. We had a higher low in the advanced decline oscillator. It set up a divergence out there. Now, those divergences need confirmation. So this would be a confirmation of a bottom inside the New York Stock Exchange. Confirmation inside the New York Stock Exchange would be some kind of pattern out there, and certainly something that's confirmed with a bullish reversal candle. So now let's go take a look at the New York Stock Exchange chart out here, the NYSE. And as we take a look at it, as of 1:09 in the afternoon, we do have a bullish piercing candle, confirming what? A 0.382 Gartley buy pattern. Yeah. Now, the last time that we saw the New York Stock Exchange with this same set of patterns out here, and it formed a Gartley pattern, was back in October at the October bottom. Remember how markets seasonally make a low, typically around the middle of October? We don't hold it to that date. In this case here, it was the end of October. It was October the 30th, I believe. And so is this a repeat? Rinse, wash, repeat? New York Stock Exchange makes its bottom on January 30th? 30th or 29th? 29th. 30th? I don't remember. I can't recall which day Friday was. It was the 29th or 30th. It was the last day of January. That much I know from a trading standpoint. So here in the New York Stock Exchange, it's signaling to you and I, bottom. Yeah, that's the signal. Utilizing that whole set of tools. So I wanted to make sure. Now, the advanced decline oscillator is still below the zero threshold line. That's that little red line. You're looking at panel number 2. And in order for it to get into true bullish mode, there's really 2 other things that need to take place. Same 2 things that have taken place all the time. That is the following. First, what we need to see is that advanced decline oscillator get above zero and close above zero for 2 consecutive sessions. The second is the spot volatility index must be below the 50-day exponential moving average. If we get both of those things, that'll confirm what you and I just looked at. So that may not take place until tomorrow or the next day. It may not take place at all. If it doesn't take place at all, then we don't have the quad confirmation out there of this pattern. Right now, you've got the spot volatility index. She's trading out at 20. Where is it? It's 29.55 is what it's trading at right now, and the 50-day exponential moving average is 24.93. So it's still got quite a bit of work to go, but that one-day rate of change inside the spot volatility index of perhaps below minus 10%. We're just at minus 10.73. Those tend to become initiation move signals. The last initiation move signal we got was a couple of days ago. That was on Thursday. That obviously did not lead to the move to the upside, so that one failed. But just pay attention. Look at all the other green arrows on my screen that didn't fail out there. So just something to think about. And that's the New York Stock Exchange. What else do we want to take a look at? Well, let's go back and take a look at the TAS market profiles, because these are going to be important. The ES Mini, I think, specifically. The ES Mini, so far its move, we can call it a counter trend move at this stage. The high of the session has been 37.69, we'll call it. Missed it by 1 tick. The bottom of that profile is 37.69. It really says 37.68. 80. Can't trade to that. It's either got to be 0.75 or 37.69. We're going with the 37.69. If you see it close above that, that means the ES Mini gets back inside its range of profiles above support, and I could easily take price up to the center or the top of the weekly profile. They're right in the 38.31, 38.35 level. That's what you would be looking at out there when you take a look at the ES Mini. The NQ has already regained the bottom of its daily profile, and therefore today it closed above 13,163, is suggesting a further move higher. If we take a look at what the Dow has done, the Dow has made a full move from the top of its daily profile all the way down to the bottom of its daily profile. It didn't hit it to the tick. So far, the low has been 29,552, and the bottom of that weekly profile is 29,505. So misses it by what, about 53 points out there on a $30,000 instrument. That is a rounding error. So price inside the Dow equity future contract tests support, holds support, bounces from there. It's still weak compared to the others, but nonetheless, a close today above 30,066 inside the YM is going to set up a move to the 34.40 to 37.31 area. That would be the range with a close today on the YM above 30,066. If you take a look at that Russell 2000, there was a question on Friday, of the 4, which one was the strongest? And we said, hey, you got to love the Russell 2000. That still hasn't busted out its TAS market profile low, bottom of the box, on a daily basis. It is still holding. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Let's get right to these requests. We've got a number of them rolling in, a couple inside the Tigers Den, then we'll go to the email request. The SMH was one request out here. If we take a look at it, right now it's got a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator top. That was confirmed with the gap to the downside out here. Downside target would be 215.15. Upside target, if price can get back inside its daily profile, it's trading right now at the bottom of that profile in the 234.15 area. But if price can get above that, 239.09 becomes the next resistance level. Let's take a look at the daily time frame out here. On a weekly basis, if we take a look at the SMHs, they too have a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator top. But price has not been able to bust through any levels of support. Last week's close was a test of the top of its weekly profile. So it remains bullish, and price is above its oscillator and change line. So the pattern really is neutral. The signal on a intermediate term time frame is signal because you have valid top, but price is not busted out support. In fact, you're trading above support, the oscillator and change line. So it is a neutral signal. On a short-term basis, real quickly, if we look at the 30-minute time frame out here, this had generated Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, and it's really just sideways consolidation out here. Confirmed the bottom, pulled back, made a little bit higher low. Now we're trading back into where it had top before. Do we see any kind of a topping signal? We do. The last top inside the SMH came on bar number 9 of the TD9 count. Right now you're in bar number 8. So if patterns are going to repeat out here, and oftentimes they do, you're looking at a top inside the SMHs. This is going to be bar number 8, 9, 10, so around 130. Between 130 and 230 is what I would be looking for. If between 130 and 230, whatever the high is between now and that time period, price is able to close above that, that tells you about a move up to 238.95 and a strong momentum move to the upside. So that's what's going on when we take a look at the SMHs. I hope that helps you out, whoever was the requester for that. Let's go take a look at the next symbol or instrument was CCJ. I believe that is Kamiko out here. And a nice move today at a close above 1133 out here. That's its TD9 breakdown level, will suggest a change in trend. Price is still moving higher, doing less relative energy. Not an issue unless you see some type of bearish reversal candle. But what you're really looking for today is a close above 1133. That's a TD9 breakdown level. On a weekly basis out here, prices trade above the top of its weekly profile. And if this week, if it can take out the high of 1487, that's the weekly TD9 count pattern. You're at 1474 right now, but a close on a weekly basis coming Friday above 1487 will be a signal of a strong momentum move to the upside on a weekly basis. We get to the monthly time frame chart. Monthly time frame chart shows us a nice wave number 7. That is in honor of Peak G, who we have the pleasure of being with inside our Tiger's Den out here. So you get peak number G out there. That is number 7 out there. That's your 7th inning stretch. You have a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator bottom with that nice bullish engulfing candle. And now what price is doing out here, it's taking on 1574. 1574 is its monthly TD9 breakdown level. Now, we just began February, but what you're really looking for there to suggest a confirmed change in trend on a monthly basis is a close above 1574. That would set in motion a move up to the 2167 area. So I hope that helps you out, Peak, with regard to CCJ. I think there was one more that you wanted me to try to take a look at. That was URA. I think these are all in about the same vein out here, but let's just take a look at URA. Real quickly, this will take just a few moments here to populate on my screen, and then we'll get to the other requests out here. Come on, baby. So as we take, now let's just go to the daily time frame for URA. So what I don't know, I want to just make sure of this because I do have a number of things that are running in the background. Let me get over to my other charts. I just want to make sure that I am picking up today's data. Sometimes these instruments are just a little finicky. And so I need to make sure. I just need to know if I've got today's data or not, and I didn't. Well, we have it in there, but it's not fully loaded. So we're trading at 1584. 1584 is the top of its daily profile, exactly. So there's a resistance level that you need to see, or you'd like to see price close above. 1572 is the oscillator and change line. So a close above 1584 is going to give you a signal of 1644 as the target. A close above 1644 on the daily basis, that's its TD9 breakdown level. That'll suggest a change in trend. But look, this did top with a Rhodes momentum indicator signal, and that says that the real resistance level that price must close above to have a full breakout going is going to be 1704. But the daily time frame for URA looks pretty good. So I hope that helps you out with regard to those instruments. Let's go to some of our requests that have come in via email, and I think there's still a couple more inside the Tiger's Den, and we'll certainly try. We'll certainly get to those. I'll make sure that we get to those or try to get to those. But let's go to the first one coming in here from Tim M. And Tim wants to take a look at VRT. So let me get that going on my white background charts. Let's pop up VRT on the black background chart, or VRT. I put in VRFT. That doesn't work very well. Even this is taking a little bit of time to populate. But here's what we know about Vertiv Holdings out here. Right now consolidating, Tim, in between the bottom and top of its daily profile, 1981 to 2115. Your specific questions are, can you take a look at the charts as well as the TAS levels on a daily and weekly basis? Well, here we go. We just gave you what the dailies were. You're looking for a long-term entry to hold possibly a few weeks. Well, on the weekly basis, prices above the profiles out here, and prices above the monthly profile. So what you're looking for is some type of short-term bottom signal. The profile on the daily time frame, let's just take a look at the daily time frame chart pattern, see if there's anything that is out here. And just looking to see, folks, if this has got today's data, 2009, and that's what we're trading at. So what I don't have here, Tim, is I don't have any real pattern just yet. And price is flirting with the oscillator and change line, and as we saw last week, it held the bottom of its daily profiles out here. So ideally, this would set up, and I don't know if it's going to or not, but ideally this would set up an A to B equals CD to the downside, with today's high being the C point. And then if it can complete that pattern, and specifically if it can complete that pattern above 1682, 1684, that would be an entry area. So I don't see the pattern on the daily time frame to suggest that you get in, or for us to even go take a look at a set of 30-minute time frame charts to figure out whether you should get in or not. So I would be patient when it comes to VRT. Tim, I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in, and best of luck. And I'm sure we'll continue. We'll look at this for you again in the future. Let's go to the next request out here. The next request coming in from Mike M. in Sarasota. And Mike wants to take a look at CHWY. CHWY. That is, no, geez, Louise, Steve-O. Let's get it going over here. CHWY. I can't do that either. You type in a wrong symbol here, and it's a problem. But the good news is, folks, we're getting ready to go to hard break here. So Stevie's going to go ahead and correct these charts. We'll come back. We'll take a look at Chewy, and we'll try to get to all of the requests. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're taking a look at Chewy Inc., ticker symbol CHWY. It's trading inside its bear structured daily profile, Mike. And this is the first time that we're seeing price trade below the center of that bear structured profile out there. That's at 101.43. in odds favor that if you see a close below that, I'm not talking 101.41, but certainly where we're at right now, 99.94 would certainly be it, is going to suggest that price would get back and test the bottom of that profile. Now, price is pulling back on light volume compared to the breakout sessions that it had. For example, on January 12th, it was about 4 million shares. The next day, it was about 6 million shares the upside. And so far today, about 1.5 million shares. So it's not giving us a signal that's going to bust out the lows, the bottom of that profile out there. But that would appear to be its target. When we pull up the white background chart, it shows a nice TD9 and Rhodes momentum indicator top, which has pushed price back to the first level of support or close to it, the bottom of that profile. So watch that 95.90. That's likely where price is going to head. Today's going to be bar number 9 of a TD9 count, but it's not a valid TD9 count bottom. Tomorrow, if it could make a lower low, and when I say a lower low, I'm referring to if it can get below the price point of 97.80, then you could actually have a TD9 count bottom. But that's what it would be required to do. Otherwise, price is likely headed to 95.90 out here. And if it does close below 95.90, 88.01 would be the price target. Not a signal that that's going to take place at this stage. As far as upside resistance, it's the oscillator and change line, which is at 107.54, or even the top of the daily profile at the 104.20 level. So that's what's going on with regard to Chewy, Mike. You also had a request to take a look at ATVI. So let's go ahead and pull this up on the screen. ATVI is the ticker symbol, and that is Activision maybe, or what is it? Nope. What's the deal here? I don't know what the deal is. And I know I'm just talking to myself. I don't know why it's taking so long to load. There we go. It is Activision Blizzard out here. Speaking of blizzards, for those of you, hey, those of you in the den, how many of you are dealing with snow up in the Northeast? And stay warm. That means move to Florida. In any event, let's get to Activision, the blizzard out here. It's trading into the top of bear structured profile. So, Mike, you're going to want to watch for signals out here. A price should stall right in this level at 91.91. That's the top of the daily profile. And but if price is able to close above that, nothing more bullish than a failed bearish pattern. Now, not that this is a pattern out here, but the bearish structured profile in and of itself tells you that sellers are in the sell zone, 91.12 to 91.99, 91.91. And if price was able to overcome that, that would suggest it makes its way back to the highs. There's another resistance level in Activision at 92.91. That 92.99, that's the top of the weekly profile. So you're really into a resistance zone out here, and if price can take that out, I believe you said they're out with earnings after the bell or after the bell tomorrow out there. So if price is over that, that's telling you it's ready, a little rocket ship. But otherwise, you've got a wave number 7, a peak G out here. Second time we get to use that at its top. We have a Rhodes momentum indicator signal as well. That was created about 4 days ago when we got the falling window or the gap to the downside. Price hasn't been busted through. If price did get busted through, that means a close below 88.75. You'd be looking at 81.68 out here. So this is neutral to bearish because of the topping signals on the daily time frame. The weekly time frame last week confirmed a Rhodes momentum indicator top and a TD9 count top. Price hasn't given it up yet, as it's just sitting right on its oscillator and change line. But if it could close below that, we'd be looking at 89.37, 85.76, even 74.91 would be in the cards. We're not there yet. You have to watch the daily time frame first to look for some failures. So, Mike, in Sarasota, I hope that helps you out with regard to those two instruments. Best of luck to you on those trades. We had a request inside the Tiger's Den to look at Kang. C-A-N-G is the ticker symbol out here. And in Boston, just starting to snow up there, huh, Dan? And Pete, kind of nice, everything white and quiet. Yeah, hey, post a picture in the den of we don't get to see snow down here in South Florida. Well, we sort of do, you know, on television, but I'd prefer to see your backyard out there. In any event, this is Kango Inc. And Kango Inc. trading at 1593 above the top of the daily, weekly, and monthly profiles out there. So that is all positive. Yeah, different kind of snow in South Florida. Those were the old days, I think. Those were the days of Miami Vice days out there. In any event, Kang has been moving higher, big, gigantic move a couple of days ago. done so with less relative energy, but we've just seen a couple inside bars, so nothing big going on here. Price could easily pull back to test the oscillator and change line, currently printed out at 11.95. That would likely not be the level it's trading at as price and that line test each other, but that's the range as we look at right now. On a weekly basis, not a lot out here to report to you. No signals, nothing. In fact, if anything, it's bullish. The weekly chart, because price is trading above a TD 9-count top from half a dozen weeks ago. Monthly basis, nothing out there. So with regard to Kangarooster out here, CANG is the ticker symbol. It looks pretty good. Looks like it wants to continue to move higher. So I hope that helps you out. If we only had Kang in the high 7s, boom, we did. Okay, nice job there. Let's go take a look at a request coming in from Tom G. Tom writes in, he says, Steve, I'm looking at SPXS as a short to the SPY. I'm wondering your thoughts on the SPY itself. I'm also looking at a re-entry point into Bingo, BNGO, as a long. If you need some filler today, I'm also looking at SIRC as a long, and Bitcoin. Whew, that's a lot. Let's take a look at what we can at least get to out here. And if there's a time, I'm happy to go take a look at each of them. But first, your question was about the S&P and the SPY out here. So the easy way to do that, the controlling time frame in the equity future contracts right now is the 60-minute time frame. So there is a morsel of information that you probably didn't know. Now, you might come back and say, all right, Steve-O, how in the Sam heck, whoever Sam is, how'd you come up with that one? That's a really good question, and I'll tell you how I did that. Each day, sometimes the time frames shift with regard to which time frames are generating the most consistent signals out there, and that's really what I was referring to was the most consistent signals. And when I say consistent signals, I'm looking for something where tops are forming, bottoms are forming, looking at the patterns that you and I like to look at. Well, on a 60-minute time frame, earlier this morning, what was taking place, when I say early this morning, I'm referring to about the 7 time frame out here. On the 60 minutes, and I didn't notice this before I sent my newsletter out, I did notice it as things started trading today. And what we noticed is that the tops came in on all 4 of the equity future contracts with a TD 9-count top out there. And that was a beautiful thing. So this is the time frame, the 60-minute today, that's giving us the most consistent signals amongst the 4 equity future contracts. Okay, so that was the first thing. Now, that might have been more difficult to read than this, so let's go ahead and pull over the ES Mini to try to answer Tom's question. However, we're about to go to a break, but here's the 60-minute time frame chart out here. Let's populate it with the TD9 count. You'll see it was the bar after bar number 1 that formed that, and guess what? We're above that. We closed above that as we came into that 1:30 session. Tom, the ES Mini is headed to 38.1050. We're only at 37.63. We'll be right back.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I'll personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get the competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at the ES Mini for Tom. And I had mentioned earlier that the 60-minute time frame is the time frame that has the most consistency with regard to its signals out there. And so, that being said, Tom, if that is in fact the case, the bar that closed at 130 closed above the TD9 count high. So it's negated that pattern. It only took a few hours to do that. And that suggests that price would move up to its TD9 breakdown level of 38.1050. So that's on the bullish side out here. And I want to be able to take a look at both sides. Now, what do you mean by that, Steve-O? Remember, during the show, we also said that the ES Mini was trying to get back inside its daily profile. And until that happens, it won't really give us the all clear. So the 60-minute time frame is saying it wants to move higher. The proof in the pudding will be its ability to clear and stay above 37.69. That is the bottom of its daily profile. So, because price is traded into that and just slightly below that, that then also says, well, all right, what if the waves have changed, so to speak, the flow out here, and the 60-minute is no longer the one calling the shots? Well, if there was going to be a change in trend, because price is right up to resistance, so in the ES Mini, if this is just a counter trend rally, it stops here right now, at least at the price point of that 37.69. So if that's the case, and Tom was, or you, or anybody else out there is interested in trying to take a short position, then we've got to go to the short-term time frames. Now, about the shortest term time frame I like to use out here might be a 10 or a 15-minute. Here's a 15-minute time frame. The 15-minute time frame has a TD9 count top in place out here. That is the high. There's not been a close above that. Price is pulling back to test the oscillator and change line right now. It's still above that, Tom. So there's no way I could give you a signal that says, hey, go short right now. If price closed below the oscillator and change line, which is about 37.61, that would say that price might only be pulling back to 37.46. That's support on its profile. Or price could pull all the way back to its breakout level of 37.2550. Price needs to close below 37.2550, Tom, in order to suggest that there's even an inkling of a change in trend. That's just on the 15-minute time frame. We don't have that right now. Things are still, we'd have to call it neutral again because you've got a valid top on a 15-minute basis, but support has not held. And the first level of support being that oscillator and change line. 30-minute time frame out here. If we look for signals, nada, zip, zilch out here. This is suggesting a move up to 37.77. Not much higher than what we're trading right now, 10, 13 points or so. But still, that becomes its target. So the answer, Tom, is I don't have a signal right this moment on a short-term basis to suggest that you take a short. And if the ES Mini is able to close above the 37.69 area. That would add to the scenario of a further counter trend move. Now, in the case of the ES mini or the S&P, I would still have to call it a counter trend move, or you would have to call it a counter trend move, or should, because the daily time frame for the S&P 500 still has negative market breadth. When I say negative market breadth, we're taking a look at this instrument here, this tool here, helps us to understand how many instruments inside the S&P 500 are trading above the top of the profile, that would be 51, versus trading below the bottom of the profile, that would be 204. So you still have, it's got bearish market breadth in here, and so the ES mini is going to struggle. And I point that out to you because that's really important, because the ES mini is going to struggle. What do you mean? Steve-O, you just said that. I know, but I wanted to say it twice. I wanted to get the emphasis on there, because just because you see it struggle doesn't mean it's not going to go ahead and continue to move higher. I want you to anticipate that the ES mini is going to continue to struggle because of that market breadth out there. Okay, that third time, Steve-O, that's enough. Well, what I was really getting at was the ES mini may struggle, but we have a different picture potentially inside of the NDX 100, or do we? Well, let's go take a look at it. Because now when we take a look at its market breadth, here's what we see. We see that there are 18 instruments trading above the top of the profile and 21 instruments trading below the bottom. It's almost 50-50. The NQ, Tom, probably is the one to watch. This still has negative market breadth. We're going to switch over to the NQ. But I think really to answer your question, that's what you need to be looking at, because the NQ is not going to be struggling as much as the ES mini, or shouldn't struggle as much, because its market breadth is, although bearish, it's just slightly bearish. So expect that the ES mini is going to struggle. But the NQ, maybe not so much. Now, the NQ, as you can see, is above the top of its profile. So, Tom, if you are correct that you want to go short out here, if that decision is correct, you're going to need to see the NQ at least close back below the bottom of that daily profile at 13,163 out here. Right now it's trading out at 13,231. It could get back below that in a heartbeat, but right now its heart is beating to the upside. But we're going to go take a look at its short-term time frame charts, or just all of its charts, as soon as I get that done, and we've populated it over here. So the areas for the NQ, the upside resistance, really, because price above the bottom of that daily profile, its final resistance area would be the oscillator and change line at 13,302. If price stays below that, you can certainly entertain a short position. However, in order to do that, we've got to see some signals coming from those shorter term time frames. So when we look to the 15-minute here, just as we did with the ES mini, on a 15-minute time frame basis, I don't have a topping signal, not yet. Rhodes momentum indicator has been triggered, but no bearish reversal candle. And price right now is just dealing with support. Watch 13,211.65. That's the bottom of the 15-minute profile. If the NQ were to close below that, that would signal, geez, you could move all the way back to 12,987. I prefer to put more weighting on the 30-minute time frame. We don't have a topping signal here. You are in bar number 8, but that's not the high of the pattern. If this is going to identify a short-term top out here, Tom, that says that we need to see a higher high take place between 2 and 230. Now, when I say a higher high, what I'm referring to specifically is some type of move above 13,271.50. And that move above 13,271.50 would need to take place between 2 and 3 p.m. If that were to occur out there, and whatever that high is, if price doesn't close above that high, that could be a short-term top, and then you might want to entertain that trade. But do you entertain that trade from the ETF out there? Is this ready? Is this a prime time swing trade to the downside? I'm not so sure about that. And in fact, inside the NQ on a 30-minute time frame, the earliest you would get that signal, Tom, would be a close below 12,931. So I know we spent a lot of time taking a look at the ES and the NQ, but I don't know any other way to really put this together and for what you should be focused on and paying attention to. I did mention the 60-minute time frame as the control element out here. Here, when you take a look at the NQ, you can see the TD9 count top was the bar following bar number 9. Price is well above that. The NQ should target the 13,330-ish area. It's got 2 TD9 count breakdown levels there. Tom, and everybody else out there, if you see the NQ closing above 13,331, fasten your seatbelts because price is getting ready to make a move to 13,566.50. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The gold report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The gold report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The gold report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the gold report now. Protect your buying power. Order the gold report now.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based, vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Sorry about that. We're in the last segment here, just 2 minutes, and I did not get to all of the questions that came in. I will make a attempt. I'll write down all those folks that wrote in, and I didn't get those questions. I'll write them down on a separate document and make sure that we go ahead and cover those come tomorrow. We do have time for one more. This is for Hector and Patty out here, and Hector wants to take a look at HECLA. HL is the ticker symbol. And Hector, I'm just going to go ahead and take a look at the HECLA chart just because of a lack of time out here versus read the question. But here's what we know. Nice move today. Big volume behind that move. Prices above the top of its daily, above the top of its weekly, above the top of its monthly profiles that are out there. You've got big volume in the move out here today. This could be signaling an A to B equals CD to the upside. Well, it's already at least done that, but it hasn't completed that pattern. And we're just looking at a there's a lot of different ways to take a look at the A to B equals CD patterns out here. Actually, if I was going to do it right, that's the only way that I'll do it. The actual larger A to B equals CD out here for Hecla gives you a price projection of about 971. There's not anything yet to suggest otherwise. So it looks like that may be its price target out here. If we look at the daily time frame, my other white background charts, prices trading above a TD9 count top out there. So it closed today above 705. You're at 719. That would suggest a larger move to the upside. Prices above a TD9 breakdown level on the daily basis at 658. That is a positive for Hecla out here. However, and that's the caveat, a lot of crazy stuff going on out here with regard to silver and Hecla. I don't know whether they're more gold or whether they're more silver or what they are more of out there. Just be careful because that silver so-called short squeeze, well, the short squeezers, they could get their sphincter muscle to tighten up pretty quickly out there. So just be careful. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned for 2 more great hours. My favorite polar bear, your favorite polar bear, he's up next. Tom O'Brien to take us on home. I'll be back with you on Terrific Tuesday. Take care, folks.